Hey y'all, welcome back to the Bergerac Designs. Today we're going to be working with acrylics, but we're making a simple trash bin. I decided to make this as a little instructional video how the easiest way to put a base in this will be. Now with acrylic you work it very much the same way that you do with wood, i.e. this has got dados and rabbits and glued together. But putting acrylic together, you have no tolerance, as the glue is basically really thin, almost like water, and it won't fill in any openings or voids that you have. So if the piece doesn't fit tight, it's not going to glue together properly. So like this piece, for example, if you were to look inside the box, it's not even close. This is not hard. This doesn't take a bunch of time to do. There's an easy way to do this. Take your oversized piece. You can see that's basically much larger than it needs to be, all the way around, no matter how you put it on. Okay? You make a mock-up that goes inside, which is going to be your router jig. See, that fits in there really nice. Gives me a good tight fit all the way around the inside of that part. This is made out of 1/2-inch plywood. So I'll reach in and knock that back out. And then I'm going to simply double side this down to this piece of acrylic like so. I'm going to route it out. It's going to give me a nice dado all the way around. It's going to fit in tight and allow me to glue this up. Okay, just to make this project interesting, I got my little stopwatch on my phone started. So let's see how long it actually takes for me to do this job. Okay, I'm not even going to try to hurry. It's going to work as a normal in-the-shop works pace. We're going to put this double-sided tape on, as we said, to be able to mount our router jig. One minute, 30 seconds. Alright, well, we're at 2 minutes, 14 seconds right now. Came over, pulled the router motor out of the router table. I'm going to remove the bit that was in there. I put the smaller collet in because I'm using a bottom bearing bit this time. And I like to put an extra spacer on there just to make sure nothing happens. See how that sits in there? There's no way that bearing can come down and mess up my part. Three minutes and 43 seconds. And the router's back in the table. Okay, so I'm at 4 minutes and 25 seconds here. What you're going to do is, because this is off a little oversized underneath, I'm going to take off about half the width of the router blade before I go up against my cutout jig. So I'm going to do that all the way around, which will make it cleaner. Let me just adjust the height up a little bit so the bearing is a little higher up on the table. Okay, that's about what I want. Now let's get started. Alright, let's take a look and see where we're at on time. Alright, so we're at 12 minutes and 54 seconds. Now you probably noticed while I was running that this corner chipped out. That's okay because my part's oversized. That's the nice thing about making it oversized. You can see it's clean all the way around. And what I did is I went over it a couple times with the router to make sure that I had a nice flat surface there. Okay, let's set up and glue it in. Alright, so we don't need any of this other stuff over here. Now remember, we're still on the clock. So right now it's almost 14 minutes. You need to pop this free. These little plastic wedges work really good for this. And that's off. I'm going to peel back my paper because we can't have that in the way when we glue. And I'm going to take a block that was already over here. Piece of corium with some sandpaper on it. Just going to go over, make sure everything is really pretty and level. This is just 120 grit paper. Alright, Jimbo's really happy about that. And the clock's still rolling, so I grab a few things I didn't have. Just blow the dust out of here. Let's try it in our box. Ooh, perfect fit. Alright, time's still cranking by. We're at 19 minutes, 59 seconds. I've wiped out the inside of the box so it's nice and clean with acetone. And what I'm trying to do right now is use my little syringe and draw out the glue adhesive into there. These syringes and stuff I get from Atlantic Medical Supply. And you can too. They work much better than the applicators that come with the glue. What I'm going to do is set this right on top of here. That's where I want it. It fits nice and tight so there's no real lining up. Then I'm going to go up inside and I'm going to inject the glue around the seams. See what the old timer says. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's 23 minutes and 18 seconds. Okay, now remind you again that I had 4 of these made up, or 4 attempts from people that were doing it on their probationary time here, which didn't work out well for them. and over 5 hours was spent. 5 hours compared to 23 minutes and 45 seconds. It's done. What I'm going to do is wait for the glue to dry, and then I'll run a router around this and clean it all off. That's how long it should take to put a bottom in.